What's going on, guys? It's Mr. DEBT, Joe Lorick from the Money Etiquette Group here with another IPO video for you. And today we're talking about Affirm, the payment services, the financial services company. Now, if you're not familiar with Affirm is a company that was founded by Max Levchin. This is the same Max Levchin that's a co-founder, or at least one of the co-founders of PayPal. So when we're talking about payment services, we're talking about someone that founded this company that's very familiar with payment services. You may not have used them directly or indirectly. You may have done business with them without knowing it because they work with several vendors that you might use. We're talking about Shopify. They are the provider of payment services for Shopify. So if you have a Shopify store, if you ever used Shopify, you've used Affirm. They also work with Eddie Bauer, Expedia, and Eventbrite, amongst other companies. So this is a company that does a lot of businesses, but I would say a lot of their sales or a lot of their transactions come through Shopify. Now, when it comes to the finances, Affirm, for their fiscal year 2019 to 2020, which ended June of 2020, the company brought in about $509.5 million. Again, $509.5 million. On that, they lost $112.6 million. So they had a net loss of $112.6 million on $509.5 million in revenue. This was an increase of revenue from 2019 to 2020 compared to 2018 to 2019, their fiscal year. So they're doing well. Their revenues are growing. And in fact, it's continuing to increase. In September, that quarter, at least that ended in September, their revenue was up 98% compared to their 2019 total. So their 2020 quarter, which ended in September, they're up 98%, which is great. And they should be, considering we're in a pandemic and a lot of people are using e-commerce sites. So it's very important that we note that. On that, they still lost 15.3 million. So again, that was $112.6 million in revenue that they made, which was a 98% increase from the previous period, the previous year. And they lost 15.3 million on that. Now, as you consider whether you're going to invest in a company like this, Affirm, I want you to think about something. I know previously I mentioned that the company does business with Shopify. They handle their payment services. But do you understand what that really means? Do you understand how large Shopify is? Okay, based on estimates in September of 2020, Shopify is on pace to become the second largest e-commerce company in the United States. They would only be behind Amazon. Here's a number to put that in perspective. If that's not enough, even though that should be enough, let's think about it in this way. In 2020, Shopify had an estimated, and I believe this is as of September of 2020, an estimated 13.8 billion merchant sales. Again, 13.8 billion merchant sales, and they're rising. And all of these merchant sales utilize Affirm. That's who handles their payment services. So I'm not saying, of course, Affirm makes something off of every transaction, which they may. I don't know their deal. I don't know exactly what's going on. But I do know that Shopify owns 8% of Affirm. So keep that in mind too. Shopify, they don't just have a basic business relationship. Shopify is investing in Affirm. They have a stake in Affirm, 8%. And the co-owner, by the way, the owner and the founder, he has, after this is all done, about a 20% stake when it comes to the voting stake. But that's a lot. That means a lot. So where Shopify goes, Affirm goes. And I'm not saying that Affirm will only make their money from Shopify, but Shopify has an interest in the success and profitability of Affirm. So yes, Affirm is not profiting right now. Their revenues aren't coming in to turn into income, not yet. They're on pace to do so. I believe after this IPO, they will be in the black. But are you willing to invest in payment services in a company that provides financial services for a lot of the companies that maybe you use. Maybe you're a fan of Expedia. You've traveled through Expedia. Understand they have a relationship with Affirm. And that doesn't mean, again, that you should invest or not, but these are things to consider when you think about this IPO. This IPO was highly recommended by a lot of the experts out there. They're saying this might be one of the best stocks and one of the best offerings of 2020. Me, I believe Robinhood, you have a lot of Coinbase, you have a lot of other companies that I believe will do better, but this is still a great opportunity because if you know anything about the direction of this economy, the real race is positioning when it comes to payment services, when it comes to transacting. That's the race. That's where blockchain is hitting. That's where everything's hitting to make sure our transactions are safer, faster, and less expensive. So will they win in 2021? Will this IP be worth investing in? I don't know. Just to give you this information, just to put that out there, their shares are estimated to cost between $33 and $38 per share. Again, $33 and $38 per share. Their ticker symbol will be AFRM. Again, AFRM. That's the ticker symbol. $33 to $38 per share. I believe on the 15th or the 16th of this month is when they're expected to hit the market. We'll see come next week once they officially price. Usually the day after they price is when they're going to hit the market. So we'll have to wait and see next week what happens. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. Are you prepared to invest in Affirm? Are you with payment services? Do you feel like this is an industry that's going to blow up even more in 2021? And what do you think about them having a relationship with possibly the second largest e-commerce business in the United States being Shopify, and Shopify being invested in this company? Tell me what you think in the comment section. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you share, make sure you like. There will be a lot of IPOs coming very shortly. So pay attention because you never know which new IPO can make you some money.